therapy, yoga. So we'll start off with some nice breathing for therapy. So we've got a wedge of bolsters, but at home you don't need a wedge of bolsters. You can just do it lying flat on your back. Knees and ankles together, hands behind the thighs. If you've got any lower back stuff, you leave a little bit of space between your sacrum and the bolster. If there's no lower back stuff, you can come in nice and close. Hands behind the thighs. We're just going to come down nice and slow, one disc, one vertebra at a time, until the back of the skull arrives. Walking the feet as close to your seat as you can. We're going to let the soles of the feet come together and the knees come apart. Just start by bringing the arms out beside us, palms facing up. Let your fingers curl. Think about the soles of the feet rooting into one another as we lengthen from inner groin to inner knee, and then we draw back from outer knee to outer hips, and then it's almost like those outer hips come to one another a little bit. As you gently push into the elbows, see if you can slide the shoulders down the back, and then maybe you can push into the baby toe edge of the foot to slide your seat away from your lower back. Let the fingers curl, let the arms be heavy on the floor. Think about the shoulders melting down on either side of the bolster. Think about the shoulders melting away from the ears. Close your eyes. Let's just begin here by finding our natural breath. If at any point this stretch becomes too intense for your hips, you draw your knees together. If at any point you want to come off the bolsters, you draw your knees together, you roll off to the side, and you just push yourself up like so. Bending our elbows, let's bring our hands onto our belly, making sure the elbows are on the floor so the shoulders can truly relax. Let's just think about breathing into our hands. So belly breath. With each inhalation, feel the belly lifting up into the hands, and with each exhalation, feel the belly sinking down to the floor. So inhale, belly lifting up into the hands, and exhale, belly sinking down to the floor. Let's take 10 rounds of yoga breath just like that. Never forcing or jamming the breath in any way. It should really be an effortless effort. Once you finish 10 rounds of breath, just bringing your arms out beside you, palms facing up, and once again return to your natural breathing. Sitting quietly for your natural breath for a few moments between sets. Always remembering that you can release the hips at any point and just give them a little bit of a rest for as long as you need. As we come into our second round of yoga breath, keep your elbows heavy on the floor, hands coming to the rib cage. Really remembering not to force the breathing at all. It should really be a gentle effort. As you inhale, feel the ribs expanding just a little bit, and as you exhale, feel the ribs contracting just a little bit. So inhale to feel the ribs expanding just a wee little bit, and exhale to feel the ribs contracting just a wee little bit. Counting 10 rounds of breath. Once those 10 rounds of breath are complete, just taking your arms out beside you, palms facing up. Returning to your natural breath there. Again, just sitting quietly with your natural breath, listening to those hips, giving them a break if they need it. As we come into our third part, three-part yoga breath, we're going to bend our elbows. Keeping the elbows on the floor, we're going to place our hands sort of around the chest, collarbone, armpit area. Once again, trying to isolate the breath into this upper area. As you inhale, feel the sternum lifting, shoulders broadening. As you exhale, feel the sternum shrinking, shoulders contracting. So inhale to feel that expansion. And exhale to feel that contraction. Once you find the rhythm of the breath, let's count 10 rounds of breath into the upper chest, shoulder area. Once those 10 parts of three-part yoga breath are complete, upper chest breath, just bringing your arms out beside you, palms facing up. Once again, sitting quietly with your natural breath, being as still as you can be. Then taking our hands to our outer thighs, let's slowly draw those knees together until those knees are touching. Once our knees are touching, we're going to heel toe our feet just as wide as is comfortable. So keeping those knees together, we take our feet as wide as comfortable, and then we want the baby toe edge of our foot to be straight. I'm checking out that the knees are level. We're then going to take a nice big inhale. We're going to reach the fingers up towards the sky, really lengthening the arms out of the shoulders, getting as much space between your fingers and the shoulders as you can. We're then going to cross the right arm over the left arm, reaching around for either the shoulders or maybe even the shoulder blades behind the body. We're going to give ourselves a little hug and gently pull the arms down into the chest. We're then going to just rock our head for a little bitty itty-bitty no, releasing that C2-1 area, and then stopping with the chin and center. We're going to exhale to empty the lungs, so emptying gently, not forcing, and then we're going to breathe into the belly. Once the belly is full, let the breath move into the rib cage. Once the ribs are full, let the breath move into the upper chest and shoulders. And then nice and slow, exhaling to empty. First the chest, then the ribs, then the belly. We want to feel a wave of breath up and down the spine, starting with the belly filling, then the ribs filling, then the chest filling, and then the chest empties, the ribs empty, the belly empties. Focusing on that breath. If we feel our knees at all, then we just want to bring the feet closer to one another, and that will soften the stretch in the knees. Once you find the rhythm of the breath, let's begin to count. Belly 1, ribs 1, chest 1, exhale. Exhale, 2. Remember, no forcing, no agitation whatsoever. Belly 2, ribs 2, chest 2. Exhale, 2. Continue to count up to 10 rounds of breath. Once those 10 rounds of breath are complete, nice big inhale. Reach those fingers once again as high up towards the sky as you can. Feel like you're pulling the fingers out of the wrists away from the elbows, and the elbows away from the shoulders. Let's cross the left arm over the right arm this time, reaching around, eventually grabbing onto the shoulder blades, melting the shoulders away from the ears, and just a little mini rocking of the head from side to side, slow, subtle movement as we give ourselves a bit of a hug. And once again, we're going to exhale to empty without forcing. We're then going to breathe into the belly, then the ribs, then the chest. And then we're going to exhale, first the chest, then the ribs, then the belly. Filling from bottom to top, and then emptying from top to bottom. Belly 1, ribs 1, chest 1, exhale 1, belly 2, ribs 2, chest 2, exhale 2, so on and so forth. Continue to count each and every breath. No forcing in any way, just simple breath. And then once those 10 rounds of breath are complete for you, reaching your fingers up towards the sky, lengthening your arms any amount you can. Reach, 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 reach. And then exhaling to bring your arms down beside